This comes as a relief to Kenyans. I'm happy that you have communicated the statutory instruments. These people have been using, misusing these instruments wrongly, coming up with rules and regulations that are affecting the whole country, affecting the citizens, and, without necessarily passing the house that is supposed to come up with laws in this country. This is the only house that is mandated to come up with laws. But this has been a problem, especially, when Central Bank came up with the rules where they were saying you cannot withdraw more than 1 million shillings, or when you are depositing maybe even 1 million or 2, you are asked to so many questions that are unnecessary. I think this will now be put a stop, and it will never be used again. This should be the only house that passes laws. The other thing about gender-based violence, I'm sure the house is fully aware that this happens to both male and female. It doesn't only happen to female. People think when one talks about gender-based violence, the only thing that comes up to your mind is female. But male are also beaten thoroughly in their houses. That also need to be considered, and that has to come to an end. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Clerk, next order.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Majority Leader. Majority Leader, we are on order number 5.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And since I didn't get a chance to contribute on the other one, let me also take this opportunity, Honorable Speaker, to appreciate the members of the delegation from Baringo County Assembly, led by their leader of majority, the Honorable Talam, and the whip, the Honorable Kibet, who I worked with some years back at the Standard Group. And Honorable Speaker, I hear the member for Tiati asking me to appreciate the minority leader and whip from the oldest party in the country. But to appreciate that the Baringo County Assembly has indeed set a very good example to other county assemblies, being an assembly that has demonstrated that it can act independently. And I commend them, because they are the only county assembly in this country who stood firm against BBI in the last regime. Honorable Speaker, I therefore beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Wednesday, November 30th, 2022, afternoon sitting. Yes. 1, an addendum to submission of the 12th batch of nominees to the National Government Constituency Development Fund committees for National Assembly approval for Isiolo South constituency. 2, reports of the Auditor General and financial statements of the following institutions for the year ended 30th June 2021 and the certificates therein. Special Economic Zones Authority, the Nairobi Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, the Kenya Roads Board Operations, the Kenya Yearbook Editorial Board, the Western Kenya Rice Mills Limited, Aldai Technical Training Institute, the